Dorothy has already been through quite a lot. Her house, with her in it, got sucked up into a tornado, and then it falls on this witch, kills her. All these little people come out from all over the place. This other woman appears from this bubble, and then this other witch comes and threatens Dorothy's life. And now Dorothy and her dog Toto are on this yellow brick road, and they come to a crossroads. They have to go either left or right. And they see this scarecrow, and then this scarecrow starts talking to them. And now they have to make a decision. Go left, go right. It could mean the difference between making it to Oz or making it to doom. Who knows? And over the last few weeks, if you've been following the readings for the Sunday Masses, we just went through the Bread of Life discourse. A lot of these people in that gospel had been following Jesus as he would go from town to town, doing healings, casting out demons. And then they come to a crossroads. Jesus tells them that they are to eat his flesh and drink his blood, and that is how they are to have eternal life. And now they don't know what to do. Do they believe him, or do they go back to their former ways of life? And they start murmuring. And finally, a large number of them leave Jesus. And then Jesus confronts the 12 and says, "Are you going to leave?" And Peter speaks up and says, "To whom else can we go? You have the words of eternal life." And they stay. But it's also in that moment, even though he stays, Judas doesn't believe. So now here we are. Where are we on our journey? Do we believe that Christ is present in the Eucharist and Holy Communion, body, blood, soul, and divinity? It's a big decision to make. It's important. If we say no, then we're not fully Christian. That's what Jesus intended, was that we believe that he's there. To whom else can we go? If Jesus is not present in the Eucharist, then what's the point? What's the point of Mass? What's the point of priesthood? What's the point of anything in the Christian life? May we remember that he is there, that he loves us, and he gives himself to us. May we take that extra mile, that extra step, and believe that he's there. Because if we don't, it's pointless. We're hypocritical if we keep going to Mass and not believing. The world would simply fly apart if the Eucharist didn't happen. That's what, oh, his name has totally left my mind. Thomas Merton, yes. He's the one that said that. And I believe that. I think that if the Eucharist wasn't happening, our world will just simply fall apart. And what a great gift. I mean, we're not just in this to play tea party. Because if we don't believe that Jesus is there, if we don't believe that, then all we're doing is playing tea party. It makes no sense. So may we take up the courage, despite the difficulties of the journey, and believe that Jesus is there. We're dealing with a lot right now in the church. We have these sex abuse scandals. We need to remember we're not in the church for the hierarchy. We're in it for Jesus. And even we priests are flawed individuals. The church is perfect because she's founded by Christ, but the people within the church are not perfect. So may we not be discouraged by our difficulties on this journey. Despite the craziness, despite the unbelievable things, may we rely on Jesus and choose that right path to follow him, to go with him. Even if we don't totally understand. I don't totally understand his presence in the Eucharist. I just know he's there. I just know he's there. Now, some people need the word transubstantiation to help them understand. As a simple farm boy, I don't need big words. I just know He's there, and I trust that He's there. And I'm not worried about the mechanics of it. I know He's there, and I believe everything the church teaches about that. I'm just saying, I don't need big words to tell me that He's there. That's just how some of us farm people are, I guess. But may we do our best to profess the belief in Holy Eucharist fully to the whole world. May we proclaim this love of Christ, His true presence. And may we not be like those disciples who murmured in their disbelief. And as the scarecrow said, people without brains do an awful lot of talking. So let's not be like them. God bless.